What's up guys, it's Maxwell and welcome to the results and predictions for CWL Rising Week 9. Welcome to the video guys, and of course we are gonna start with the results for last week. And today I've actually been writing down my predictions for last week, so getting more professional here. I can now, looking at the results, tell you guys if I predicted correct or wrong, and I can already say that I went 10 out of 16 for the predictions. So I predicted 10 correctly and 6 were wrong, so I think that's okay. But yeah, let's just go over the results. So first up, we had Bad Intentions versus Göteborg's Krieger. That one ending 85-84 for Bad Intentions. I predicted it correctly. Yeah, a very good war as expected. Bad Intentions with the better end there. Crow Legion versus Code Enigma ended 85-83 for Crow Legion. Also predicted that one correctly. So Crow Legion with the W. Solid team over there, and they have been coming back to life a little bit, have been catching a spark, and look out for them over the next coming weeks. Code Enigma in a little bit of a low now with 2 losses in a row. So yeah, those guys need to get it back together, but we'll see. Black Apple versus Chaos Hammer was a very good war as expected and as predicted by me. Chaos Hammer came away with a close win here, 85-84, so they get the nod in this one. And yeah, Black Apple also with a good performance, but not quite enough against a very strong Chaos Hammer team. Nottingham crushed Wiseau Golem 87-82 as predicted. So yeah, no surprises here. Nottingham definitely a better team right now than Wiseau Golem. Predominance versus Reddit Elle. I actually predicted 86 stars correctly as well for Predominance, and of course I predicted their win also. So yeah, Predominance were expected to win versus Reddit Elle, and they did. So Reddit Elle up against a very tough opponent. So a solid performance by them with 84 stars, but yeah, just not quite enough against Predominance. Knights Templar versus Reddit Viper. I was wrong about this war. Reddit Viper did not win. Knights Templar proved me wrong with 84 stars, which is definitely a good performance. They won by 4 over Reddit Viper. Moochers versus Boston Tea Party ended 84-81 in favor of the Moochers, so those guys were definitely heckling me quite a bit. Boston Tea Party not as strong as expected. 3 dip fails. Moochers had 3 less, so that's where they got their 84 stars from. No 10v10s in this war, and Moochers with, in the end, a pretty easy victory, really. War Kings, of course, with the bye week, winning against From the Top, or yeah, whatever you want to call it. Forbidden beat Varheiselerke. I also predicted this one correctly. Forbidden putting up 86 stars. That is really, really good. And Varheiselerke with just 78. I'm not sure what's up with those guys. A couple of really rough weeks now for Varheiselerke. Kind of feel bad for those guys over at Varheiselerke, but yeah, no idea. I also did not have a raid submitted to me this week by Varheiselerke, so not sure what's going on over there or if they are going to be back. Definitely going to be, yeah, very tough to predict them. I'm already looking forward to that, aka not at all looking forward to it. So yeah, Forbidden with an 8-star victory here. Wow. CWC Brawlers versus Clash United, also predicted this one correctly. CWC Brawlers with the W, 86-79. Clash United not breaking 80 stars is definitely not good enough to win, so they need to step it up. And CWC Brawlers with 2 or 3 solid performances in a row now. 86 stars, definitely very good. Oh, by the way, before I forget, the highest star count for this week, oh, that's coming up, was still okay. I want to shout out Nottingham and Trollstein for putting up 87, but we had a team that did one better than that. Anyways, Vala Morghulis versus Crunch Time is the next one, and in this war, Vala Morghulis won. It was a tie on stars. I think I even predicted a tie on stars, but a win on percent by Crunch Time. So I was, well, right about the fact that it was going to be a close war, but wrong about the outcome. So Vala Morghulis with the better end here, so congratulations to those guys. And yeah, Crunch Time with the loss on percent here, so that's always tough to take. Trollstein versus Immoral Reapers, and Trollstein winning this one here. 87-85, very good performance by Trollstein. Immoral Reapers coming back to life. Not such a shocker horror performance like in a couple of the past weeks, but Trollstein a little bit better this week with a very good performance. One Hive Invicta versus Reddit Hounds ended 85-83, so One Hive Invicta with a 2-star victory. Pretty much also as predicted, relatively solid. Aussie Addicts against Gunma Samurai. Aussie Addicts upsetting Gunma here with the W, 84-84 on stars, and Gunma suffering the loss, so 2 losses in a row now for them, and Aussie Addicts coming away with a nice victory. Bangladesh were facing off against Red Onslaught. I predicted this one wrong. Red Onslaught did not win. Bangladesh won 83-83 on stars, and Bangladesh with the percentage tiebreaker victory, so well done to Bangladesh here for pulling out the W on Red Onslaught. And yeah, man, Red Onslaught so close to the victory, did not quite work out. They were trailing by 2%, so almost 2%, I guess 1.5%, but yeah. Anyways, Bangladesh with the W, and we've got North Awakens versus Reddit Ace. And wow, what a performance by North Awakens. 88 stars, Reddit Ace put up 81, so okay week for Reddit Ace, but North Awakens just blowing it away, clearing 10s, and also putting up an 11 versus 11 3-star. That one was in my recap as well. I think it was the very first raid, so yeah, huge performance by North Awakens. They are definitely going to be a team to look out for in the coming weeks. Very nicely done, and that of course brings us over to the current standings. And we have got the Splash Defense Conference. Inside the Mortar division, Black Apple still in first, but Bad Intentions on their heels now with 5 Ws and only 1 loss, as well as Crow Legion. So Black Apple 6 wins, Bad Intentions, Crow Legion both 5 wins. So very, very interesting division over here. And yeah, we're going to be looking out for that one. Inferno Tower division, not quite as interesting. Predominance with 8 wins, 4 more than Boston Tea Party and Knights Templar. So Predominance pretty much through, well, they are through onto the playoffs. Wizard Tower division, we've got Trollstein, Forbidden, and Vala Morgulis fighting for the top spot. All those teams still have a chance, but Trollstein looking the best. And for the Bomb Tower division, also close, One Hive Invicta, Aussie Addicts both tied for first. And then we have got Bangladesh in third, and yeah, looking a bit tough for Bangladesh to still get into the playoffs. Point Defense Conference, Cannon Division, we've got Chaos Hammer in first. They are onto the playoffs. Göteborgs Krieger with 6 wins. And also, of course, still with a good chance. Inside the Archer Tower division, Muchas, Reddit Viper, and Reddit Elefino fighting for the top spot. Muchas looking the strongest now, on a hot streak with 3 wins in a row. They have now got 5 wins and only 4 losses. Both the other teams, Reddit Viper and Elefino, have got 4 wins and 5 losses. So those will be looking to take over the Muchas spot, which they will of course be looking to keep. The Air Defense division is still the most interesting division inside CWL Rising. We've got CWC Brawlers with 5 wins, and then Crunch Time, Immoral Reapers, and Varheiselaike with 4 wins. So still anybody's game pretty much inside that division. Expo division, we have got North Awakens in first now, Gunma Samurai in second. North Awakens with 8 wins, Gunma Samurai with 7 wins. So those teams very strong, and the other 2 teams inside that division don't really stand a chance right now. Okay guys, and this is where the fun begins again. I have got to make some predictions, and of course it's going to be bye week next week, aka this week, so not going to be any CWL wars, but we can still predict for the upcoming week already, which is going to be week 10 of play, and that is of course going to be in 1.5 weeks now from this video coming out. So we have got Bad Intentions versus Predominance. That one is going to be an interesting one. I'm going to give the edge to Predominance here. I'm pretty convinced by Predominance performances, but should be a close one. Maybe 85-86. Close win for Predominance is my prediction. Crow Legion versus Walkings. Crow Legion looking solid. Walkings not quite as good as Crow Legion are, I feel. So Crow Legion are going to win this one. Black Apple versus Boston Tea Party should be really interesting. 2 teams with very good potential. Both teams losing this week. but I think that Black Apple is a bit stronger probably, so close victory here for Black Apple. Why so Golem versus Knights Templar? Anybody's war really, but I have Knights Templar a bit stronger. Knights Templar have been winning this week, and why so Golem? Yeah, it's a rough season for them, so I think Knights Templar can come away with the W on this one. Forbidden versus One Knife Invicta. This one should be really interesting. Forbidden have got a solid team over there. Also, we just matched them with Dark Looters Z, and yeah, interesting team. But One Knife Invicta on the winning streak, and I think they can continue the streak. Could be a very close one. Could be a 2 or 3 star victory as well. But I think One Knife Invicta are gonna pull through on this one for sure. Clash United versus Reddit Ace. That's going to be interesting. I think Clash United can win this one actually. Just very tough for me to pick Reddit Ace at this point. I mean, they have solid weeks, then they have off weeks, but it's going to be tough. If they want to get the W, this is definitely the week to get it against Clash United, but I still have Clash United a bit stronger, so I think they are going to win. Vala Morgulis versus Bangladesh. Wow, two teams that I would estimate very equally right now as well. Vala Morgulis winning, Bangladesh winning this week. I think Vala Morgulis is a bit stronger, so I think Vala Morgulis are gonna win this one. Maybe also once again a tie on stars. That's my prediction. Trollstein versus Aussie Addicts. Yeah, no question in my mind. Trollstein is gonna win this one. They are looking really good, and yeah, Aussie Addicts won against Gunma Samurai this week, so nothing to underestimate here. But Trollstein is a bit stronger, so Trollstein are gonna pull through. Nottingham have got the bye week against From the Top, so free win for those. Already got one prediction correct. Yes. And then we've got Chaos Hammer versus Red Elefino. Chaos Hammer really strong, Red Elefino solid, but not quite enough to win against Chaos Hammer, so Chaos Hammer are gonna pull through in this one once again. Code Enigma versus Reddit Viper. This one is really interesting. Code Enigma with 2 losses now back to back. Reddit Viper looking to go through to the first place in their division. Tough one, really tough one. I really think this could go either way, but of course I'm gonna have to make a pick, so I'm gonna pick Reddit Viper for this war. Göteborgs Krieger versus the Moochers, and wow, the Moochers on a hot streak, so you cannot really bet against them. Göteborgs Krieger have shown quite some variety in their performances. Really solid ones and then some poor ones. I think the Moochers are gonna win this one. Immoral Reapers versus North Awakens. North Awakens, of course, with the 88 stars this week. So, yeah, they are looking really strong. Immoral Reapers have been coming back to life, but I don't think it's going to be quite enough versus North Awakens. So, I am predicting North Awakens to win here, and we'll see if they can put up 87 stars again. That would definitely be awesome to see. Crunch Time versus Reddit Hounds, guys. Crunch Time this week with the percentage victory. And Reddit Hounds, how did they do? I already forgot. Let me check back on that. Reddit Hounds, they lost, of course, to One Knife Invicta. So, this is a tough one. Could go either way again. Crunch Time. Yeah, well, I'm not quite sure. I'm going to go with Reddit Hounds, actually. Crunch Time are probably going to prove me wrong, but I'm going to pick Reddit Hounds for this one. I mean, I think I've been predicting everything correct for now, so... No, we'll see. Just a bit of joking, guys. You will allow me that. So, yeah, I'm going with Reddit Hounds. CWC Brawlers versus Gunma Samurai. And a couple weeks ago, I would definitely have picked Gunma Samurai here. But with the recent form, I'm going to have to go with CWC Brawlers. They have been really strong again. And Gunma with a couple losses back to back, so we'll see. I think Gunma have not gotten 10v10s in 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, so that is definitely tough to win wars if it is the way that's gonna be. So yeah, my money is on CWC Brawlers with this one. And then we've got Varheiselake versus Red Onslaught. Based on the recent weeks, it should be easy to predict that Red Onslaught are gonna win this one, because Varheiselake have really been struggling and Red Onslaught have been solid. So I'm going with Red Onslaught here, but who knows? maybe this is gonna be a surprise as well. Varhezlek have had some pretty solid wars already this season, so maybe they will come back to life after the bye week. But for now, I am going to have to predict against them. And yeah, guys, that is your predictions right there for week 10. Definitely going to be interesting. We're getting closer and closer to the playoffs, so we'll see. And for now, we are going to cap off here with the 10 versus 10 triple by the Hurricane on Tigerhood of 1F Invicta. So well done to the Reddit Hounds member there, guys. And yeah, that is already pretty much going to do it for this week's results and predictions. Once again, I do hope that you have enjoyed the video, and until next time, I will see you all later. Peace out.